Hey Gemini, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. As far as I'm aware, timeless reading. We are starting with the Ace of Wands and Hermit. This is looking like an opportunity that's presenting itself to you and then figuring out how to use this opportunity and use it as supplies to continue contributing to what you have going on right now. So when it comes to all of the moves that you're making that are built of brick and mortar is coming through. This feels like the stuff that you're doing that you're hoping will be lasting, that you hope will have a lasting impact, that will be something that you can benefit from. How do you take an opportunity that's coming through right now and use it as supplies for that? So if you're building a building right now, how do you take this and use it as material that you are going to be building with to sort of further the building that you're doing? To help you continue to move forward. What this means is that you want to use what is being handed to you in a practical way with the mindset, because we have Knight of Pentacles and we have King of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the moves that will make you into the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is you when you are playing all of the roles that are important to you, playing them well, doing a quality job. King of Pentacles is about your independence. King of Pentacles is about your stability, your self-reliance, your resourcefulness with the King of Pentacles, having what you need. So I'm seeing an opportunity is coming through. You are meant to use this as a catalyst to further what you're building. When we have Knight of Pentacles, it means you want to be making this move reflective of what you see as being responsible, what you see as being well thought out, what you see as being consistent, committed to these goals that you have, to the life that you are attempting to create for yourself. And that before you know it, we have the King of Pentacles here. You're going to be in that role of the King of Pentacles and say, look at what I built, and every sort of brick that I laid down to create this structure is what sort of solidifies me in this position. So when you have an opportunity, maybe the question is, like, do you squander it or do you use it responsibly? Do you use it to build towards your bigger goals? What are you doing? And when you're doing things in a way where it feels very much like embracing the earth energy, you take the opportunity, you use it to move forward. But when we have Knight of Pentacles, you have to invest it. And also too, when we have Knight of Pentacles, it means you may not see an immediate return from that. When you're building a big building, it takes time. You don't just put one brick down and you're like, ah, that's finished. It takes building to happen. So this can be about needing to be methodical, well thought out with what you're doing, in the mind frame of there's a word that I'm looking for. Meant to help you eventually sustain even. And if an opportunity comes through and it's not going to help you with that, it may be something that you dismiss because you feel like it's not part of the bigger picture. And having this Ace of Wands here may be an opportunity for you to move closer to what you're doing, to move further along your path, albeit slowly with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles is about doing the work, being consistent with what you're doing, not losing sight of your goal, allowing this to take the time that it's going to need to take, and staying committed. And that is how you move forward. That is how you get out of a position that you don't want to be in anymore. Because the Eight of Cups can indicate that like something's been going on that maybe you don't want to be doing anymore. And this can take you out of that. This can move you towards somewhere that you'd rather be. But this is what it's going to take in order for that to happen. And knowing that even though the work can sometimes be repetitive sometimes, or be slow moving sometimes, or maybe lack the excitement that you want, at the same time, you can see it as being fulfilling because it's going to fulfill a deeper thing that you're wanting to do here, that you're aiming to do here. And I see this also as this is going to afford you a role that you want it to afford you, but you have to do the steps in this way in order to step into that role. Because if you don't, like there are certain qualities and practices you need, experiences you need to be in the role of the King of Pentacles. And if you're not doing your steps in that way, you can't really claim the role of the King of Pentacles. These steps are needed. So there is the slow moving progress, the responsibility, the commitment to bigger goals, even if it takes longer to do, not giving up on it. Doing things properly. Quality work is part of Pentacles as well. Doing a good job. Being reliable, being on time, that stuff. Being consistent. This feels like all of the stuff that Saturn expects. Saturn says this isn't going to be the easiest process for you. You're going to be challenged. You may not always feel like you have what you need. You're going to have to make do. If you don't give up and you keep working on your goals, you keep practicing, things like repetition are connected with Saturn. You do it over and over and over again. Eventually, it's going to amount to something, and you will be very pleased with that something, and it will even exceed your expectations. You have to put in hard work, but what you get in return will be even beyond what you put in. It just takes that time and resilience and not giving up. And that is how you step into this position that you want to step into. You have to make sure too that there is balance, cooperation, collaboration, harmony with the choices that you're making. But I'm seeing this as more so being harmony with your values, and harmony too, not only with your values as far as what you're building within your life, but also relationships as well. This is something about needing to show up consistently within your relationships, so you are seen as being responsible, you're seen as being reliable, you're seen as having like a balanced head on your shoulders. It's like that type of thing, because I'm seeing the Libran energy here. Libran energy, there is a need for diplomacy. So there's not only the you putting in work and doing a good job, but you may also need to do like the social aspect of this as well. That can also be part of it too. Or at least for there to be congruence with what you're doing, because even if some of you, sure, the social aspect can be involved in this, what I also see this as being is that there is like an obligation. If you're saying this is the role that I'm taking on and what I'm going to be doing, you are bound then contractually, even if it's just by words, you are bound then contractually to be following through and doing those things. And are you? And that being a question here. And I wonder too if before maybe you weren't so much in a place that was balanced, and now you can be moving into more of a place that is balanced. Like there's accountability when we have justice. There is I'm doing the right thing as far as what I'm supposed to do, what I expect of myself and others expect of me when I'm playing this role, when I'm in this position. That there is balance and that there is congruence with this position. Whatever you were doing before feels like you were doing things that may have felt like movement, but that it wasn't sort of cultivating the bigger picture of what you wanted to do. Now I'm seeing you move in a direction that it may take longer to see results, but they will be lasting results. And so your moves are congruent with that. And also too, when I see Justice and when I see King of Pentacles, the archetype that I imagine when I see this energy is you moving into a place where there is balance, where there's fairness, where you keep your word, that being really, really important, that you follow the rules of your contract and what you have committed to. Because Justice is going to be following the rules of the position, and King of Pentacles is the position that you have been appointed, and you have to maintain and uphold whatever it is that you've agreed upon, because Justice is also about agreements as well. That you're holding up your end of the bargain, your end of the deal, your end of the relationship, your end of the contract. And before, like, I don't know what was happening, but it seems like you're moving towards that now, so maybe that wasn't where you were before. Other stuff that was going on, which, like, I don't know what was going on before, and that doesn't really matter because we know where you're moving now, and that's what's present, and so that's really all that matters now at this point, because you're not in the past anymore. This is an opportunity for you to work hard and for you to get ahead on your path by doing exactly that. And I think too that part of where you can be feeling a bit tripped up about what's presenting itself to you is, am I capable of this? Am I really able to pull this off? And will I be able to honor my commitments in doing this? Will I be able to keep the balance in doing this? And that being the biggest thing here. But I'm seeing this be something that you're capable of. I'm seeing there be a lot of good experience, useful experience that you have already that will be sort of added on top of what else you're going to be taking under your wing. You're moving towards growth. You're moving towards opportunity. Keep putting the work in and keep being consistent. Do not be deterred. When we have Eight of Pentacles and we have Knight of Pentacles, there is a need for you to stay hardworking, for you to get better and better at what you're doing, to remain consistent, to be doing quality work, to be patient. And you will see that justice will come through and bless you. This means that the work that you put in, you will see that come back to you. And making sure that you do it the right way. Because this feels like it's connected with the karmic balances of things with justice. So if you're doing what you're supposed to and you're putting in work and you are meeting these sort of obligations that you have, all of this stuff that by you taking on the role of the King of Pentacles, it's expected that you do these things. So it's just the stuff that's like in the job description essentially, or like the role description. And that's how you move forward. And it feels like this also allows you to move through a place that feels like you're transitioning out of. So you're continuing to move forward with things. You go towards the opportunity because it holds promise within it. Hard work and consistency and accountability is going to be expected of you. It can be challenging to do and to not give up and to keep going, but I'm telling you, this will yield lasting results for you, and that's why it will be worth it. And you will see that this will be your payoff, that you put the work in now and then you are repaid by progress and a yielding of the results. And when we have justice here too, it can also indicate that if you're not doing what you signed on to be doing, you'll get the results of that. If you do your stuff, like everything that you signed on for when you took this role, and you're doing that properly, you will get all of the stuff that comes with that. So having justice here is like you basically decide your fate, and your fate will be reflective of the work you do or don't put in, the consistency you do or don't put in, basically the honoring or dishonoring of your contract. And to trust yourself and to believe in yourself, and I don't know, maybe something is coming through about this, about wondering if things aren't going to sort of shape up or shape out the way that you want them to, but all you need to know and all you need to worry about, well, you don't need to worry about it, but all really you need to know mindfully is that if you stay consistent and you do a good job, and when I say good job, I just mean like you fulfill all of the things that are expected of you in this role, you will reap very wanted results of this. And so it's all in your hands at the end of the day. And also too, if this is something that you feel like is beyond your bandwidth, that may also be something to check in about. Because no matter what, you want to make sure that you're honoring your role properly. Because you want this to allow for harmony within your life. Like a subtle feeling, because if you know that you're supposed to be doing things and you're not doing those things, you're not going to be feeling good, and that's going to be affecting you. However, if you say, yep, sign me up, I'm going to do this, and then you do those things, that's going to boost for you, and that will increase the life force. So this can be a time of honest self-reflection for you here, where you're asking, are you able to honor this? Are you able to commit and truly follow through? Or is this something where you feel like, all right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.